you very much, Matthew. Episode 420 for Bellew of the Week. We have a few interesting ones coming your way. Starting off with this absolute cracker. I think it was Bryce who sent it in to me. Tim Boxeo, £388 debutant. Dajuan Callaway, 1-0, needs just 1 minute 23 to stop fellow debutant Isaiah Margheim, 0-1 in their heavyweight fight in Vienna, West Virginia. This was a mismatch in every sense of the word. Look at Margheim there with his green and blue socks. Now, I'll tell you what, he was doing a good job of impersonating a boxer. He goes down. I'm going to show you the video in a minute. Don't worry, you'll be able to see it for yourself.
First question in Glasgow you would get by what team do you support by? Because you're a bit fucking
Bolt, don't stab me.
This makes me think of when
I'm neutral here, you know.
This makes me think of when Undertaker slammed that dude through the mat at the fucking WrestleMania.
There you go. Good old Margheim. Anyway, he's making his debut. 1.5 minutes in, he takes a jab, falls to the floor. Then all of a sudden, after he's been counted out by the referee, he tells the referee basically that he doesn't want to fight anymore. You'll see all this in a minute. He decides that he's going to go down on the floor, and he all gets a bit sad, actually. Looks like he's crying there. Remembers he's got to go down like a proper journeyman. Let's have a look here at Dajuan Callaway, £388, knocking out Isaiah Margheim.
Fucking job.
See it, Corky. All right.
Markham is down.
Well,
took a shot down on his knees.
Well, I'm going to tell you,
and that does not look good.
Derek's first amateur fight, my fighter tonight, went with this Callaway last time and went the distance. So that's pretty good for a kid with his first amateur fight.
Yeah, no kidding. And the referee's going to stop it. Under 1.5 minutes in, as Markham took a shot, went to a knee, and now he's on his back.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we'll have to check the replay.
Oh, this guy over here he's a tank.
I was going to say he's a mountain wearing boxing gloves.
What the actual fuck? I swear to God, see the day my 2-year-old son ran into the fucking coffee table he'd first. He still got up.
That guy's that guy looks like 1.5 George Foreman's.
That's the power of Dajuan Callaway, everybody.
Remember that guy who fought in the Australian card? Who's the guy who fought in the Australian card? Was like £400, and he was
Conrad Lamb.
Oh my God! You stopped me like the last 2 rounds. What a fat fucking mess!
Conrad was like 5'30", Andy. You just slimmed him down.
So now we have Bridgerweight, heavyweight. Maybe we need Weight Watchers.
It's the difference between Bridgerweight and being the weight of a bridge.
He is sturdy. He does look very sturdy, Rob.
Well, boys. Next one here, then. This is sent in from you, Andy. It's only 6 rounds against a footballer, Paul Gallen and Lucas Brown, a fight which we haven't actually mentioned tonight. Have very different views on their heavyweight clash, as revealed to Ben Damon. What the hell went down here, Andy?
I did not watch it, mate. Fuck, but I'd imagine maybe Ben has. I know Rob's got the.
No, the boys were in the group chat. Smitho and Oz were like tuning into it and all. Foot messages in the group chat going to Brown. The Brown Gallen card is up here. I'm like, I fell for that with Brown Allen. You're not getting me with Brown Gallen. Fuck that.
Hey, the thing is, this was quality. Smitho and Ozzy were talking about this fight for 4 fucking hours in the chat, right? What time did it start, Andy? I don't know, mate. They were still sitting at 2 o'clock in the afternoon waiting for the fight to start.
Fucking live texting the fucking the Lucas Brown Paul Gallen fight. Anyway, it didn't go well for Big Daddy.
He got iced anyway. An absolute embarrassment for what I heard. I didn't even see any. I tell you how bad it was, Steve. I didn't even see any memes on Twitter. I didn't even want to see it.
If you rewatch the stopping, Gallen did hit him with some great wrists across the air. It's like he hit him with a fucking open hand around the back of the head, and then Brown was just discombobulated. It was awful, man. But you know, Australian boxing, the listeners are caning us for criticizing Australian boxing. So this is no criticism. This is obviously huge public interest fight for the Australians, Paul Gallen and Lucas Brown.
Were you criticized for criticizing Aussies?
Which not Ozzie Smith now, the Aussies. We could see this. We could see this down the road now that there's a vacuum for Sky. You could start seeing a bit of a you could see footballers maybe
Johnny Wilkinson, for example, coming in and fighting, I don't know, maybe who's a light heavyweight, Chicken Pitters or something like that.
You could see Ryan Giggs versus Katie Taylor or something like that.
No, Rob, could be Katie Taylor and Jonas at the same time. I bet you asked for a phone number as well at the same time, a dirty bastard, eh?
Giggsy, what's wrong with you, man?
Poor fucker might lose to Ebony Bridges at this point.
Yeah, live Belly of the Week coming in, boys, from Jim McDonald Boxing. What about Big Den signing the White Rhino to be the face of his new app? No Aussie here for this Belly of the Week worthy nominate. Dave Allen coming back. It was obvious it was going to happen at some point.
Yeah, he needs to scramble his words up a little bit more, actually.
He's the same weight as that guy in Australia at the moment, isn't he? He says he's
388 pounds.
Up in the 388 range there, yeah.
He's taking it seriously, though. He's taking the sport seriously. He's going to fulfill that potential that Eddie and Adam Smith was telling him about that he had, you know.
Hey, that could be the new Sky promoter there, Andy. Strictly business promotions here with Mr. Calloway.
Yeah, strictly business.
Get it on. Peter Fury, Jesus Christ, boxing is a wank of a sport at times. What a one way of putting it, says Michael Thompson, who was on with us earlier. Peter, praise the Lord indeed. Boxing on BT Sport, been nominated by James. David Adelaide landed a big right hand at the end of the fight. A very close fight, and this punch may have swung it. He gets a narrow points decision win over Kamil Sokolowski. Absolutely, he was 4-1 down at that point on my card. That big punch might have just swayed it back in Adelaide's favour. This was a good one, actually. Matt Dobson box bet. Was trolling the WBC. Uppercut, the best shot in boxing, was having to go at the WBC for producing another belt. How many belts do the WBC need? Wonder how much they're charging for this, the greedy gits that they are. The WBC said nothing. They are commemorative belts, prizes, not world titles. The boxing sheik said, can I have a belt for when I pass my driving test? And the WBC said, you'd be wearing a seatbelt. That is the right belt for that achievement.
Fair play to the WBC on that one. I mean,
I'll tell you why Mauricio does this. He loves art. And he gets artists to design these, and that's why we get all these commemorative belts. That's why we get those ones. It's just because Mauricio wants to bring art into boxing and things like that. He likes to do that sort of stuff, so that's why you get them.
Is that why he's got his old man hanging on the wall now these days? Is that considered art?
Well, that's some kind of art there, isn't it? The boy on the right.
He's art. That guy's a fucking paintbrush by the way.
It's a bit sinister. It's on the sinister side of art. It's a bit like Rolf's Cartoon Club. That one. Someone melted at the castle. I can't tell what it is yet.
To be honest, Steve, I think that WBC one needs to go to that other guy for asking that question about passing his driving test. That's going to be the guy who's getting put up for that one.
That was a good one.
He got emptied there, like he did.
Fucking pipe bus. That was a good one from you there, Andy. Right, moving on. Here's a good one as well. Alex Dilmagani said, what a fighter Dwight Mohammed Karwi was. He doesn't get enough credit, blah, blah, blah. Barry Jones says, top 5 cruiserweights of all time. Nobody asked Spencer Fearon, but he jumped in with his top 5 cruiserweights anyway. Number 5, coming in, Dwight Mohammed Karwi. Fair enough. Number 4, David Hay. Number 3, I'm assuming he means Juan Carlos Gomez. Number 2, Johnny Nelson. Number 1, Evander Holyfield.
Fuck.
Fuck off. Go away, Spencer. Fucking cop on, man, will you? Go away. Fuck's sake. So Johnny Nelson was better than Dwight Mohammed Karwi.
Dwight Mohammed Karwi was a cruiserweight 80s version of Joe Frazier, by the way. Fucking great fighter.
If he don't believe, he knows. Fucking Spencer don't believe that shit.
Yeah, not at all. David Alman nominated that one. Dominic Henry has nominated Tony Bellew. The Matchroom Godfather. Thank you for all the advice over the years, Barry Hearn. Enjoy your retirement. What you've created is amazing and will not be replicated. A business built on hard work, honesty and integrity. So happy to have been a small part of it, says Tony. Is Tony licking rings at the Zone yet? I'm sure he's going to try and get in there.
Yes, that's exactly why he's doing it. Anthony needs a job. The zone's the place. Listen, you know what you say? If you want to be on the commentating team, you got to be in the Zone. If you want to be in the production team, you got to be in the Zone.
Do you reckon if MTK come in and they take over Sky, it's going to be like that scene out of Scarface where he comes and takes over from Frank, shoots for the office, and he leaves the guy. He's like, "Do you want a job, man? You got a job, man. You know that kind of they leave. They say that to Bellew when he comes over to the zone or to Sky.
So, is there any chance next time Eddie's in Florida we can see him hanging for a fucking helicopter then, no?
Yeah, with a big blimp saying the world is yours on it.
An app description there. The Motor City Cobra has nominated Michael Benson, Eddie Hearn on Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. Unless we start making the big fights, this is going to become more of the norm for all those sitting at home moaning and fighters. Yeah, well, guess what? You're going to have to step up and have big, compelling fights, says Eddie, looking for the big fights. The Motor City Cobra has also nominated Katie Taylor. Still time to register. Join Katie Taylor and Sky's Adam Smith and a few guests in an online event for Sky VIPs at 7:30 tonight. I hope Bean isn't left alone with Katie, says the Motor City Cobra. Here we are. Christopher Lovejoy, his return on PowerPoint against Manuel Char was ill-fated. According to an early announcement from Lovejoy, Don King has issued legal letters to prevent Char versus Lovejoy.
Why, man? Why is he trying to fuck this guy over, right? I mean, King doesn't need the cash, surely. Why are you fucking the guy over like this?
He just loves it, doesn't he, man?
Do you reckon King just overheard him talking about him one day and now he's fucking around him for the rest
You know
of
what
his
it
life?
is? You know what I think it is? King's got that Trump style to him. You know, Donald Trump loves conflict. His business empire and all that sort of stuff, how he acts as a president and stuff, he gets off on that. You've got to have arguments. You've got to have that fucking, that needle. That's what Don King's like. He's just like fucking trolls these people, you know?
I think Don King secretly wanted to be a cop because he's made a career out of choking the life out of black men.
Jesus Christ.
Bryce Official nominating Don or Lovejoy or both for that one. Matty, you nominated this. Jake Paul on Tommy Fury. It would be a massive fight. He fought Scrubs to look good. What's the story here?
Our good buddy Jake Paul believes that he, in fact, is the one that's taking a more difficult route in the professional ranks, and that himself and Tommy Fury very much at the same level, and he's being fed, nothing but.
He sparked to a basketball player, for fuck's sake. Apparently, he's elite level.
How many basketball players have you sparked, Andy?
But I've never seen, the only one time I've seen a fella happier to lose was Charles Martin versus Anthony Joshua. Ben Askren rolled out of the ring with a big smile on his face with his 500 grand.
He doesn't give he's like, I'm going to go join a country club.
Yeah, with his pockets heavier than his gut that was hanging out of his fucking shorts.
Like these boys.
Exactly.
Burger King!
Burger King, baby!
Final one, sent in by you, Rob. What's the story behind the Oscar in the bar, which is maybe the last place he needs to be at the moment?
I don't care how age he is. That's what he's saying there.
This is a bit of a story to this. So after last week's Bellew of the Week thriller extravaganza, where we flamed Oscar deservedly so for his somewhat sad performance on the thriller card.
It's nobody rugged.
Yeah, and as I was telling you, mate got me some memorabilia we're building a bar on outside, like one of those outdoor bars, and because live in Wexford, we were calling it Wexico, so I was having it Mexican themed, loads of Mexican boxes and all that, like, so I got some good Brera stuff, I got Canelos canvas, I got loads of really cool stuff, but the woman ordered this. I've got them all. I got I'll go through this another time. I'll show you actually when it's done, right? But the missus ordered this and she gave it to me on Monday. I opened it. It's a poster of Oscar the next day. I told you before, I'll fight anyone. I don't care. Oscar De La Hoya. So just in time for his thriller pay-per-view on the 9th. I don't think that one's going to go up, man, to be honest with you. I can't look at Oscar the same after last week. Like, I don't think that one's going up. So,
you were saying the videos there on Twitter on Monday and that hitting the pads, showing the medicine ball, hitting the speed bag and that stuff.
Hitting the fucking pipe.
Sweating the cocaine out of him, though, I must admit.
And to be fair, I mean, Oscar doesn't look, fat. Maybe Tony Bellew needs to try that fucking Oscar De La Hoya diet.
Who was that you're talking about?
Anthony, I'm so sorry, Rob. I don't want to dead name the poor bastard.
Bellew's on his own fitness program here.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is clearly working so well.
Oscar's in the greatest shape of his life. Don't they always say that every time anyone comes back?
Well, he's not visibly fat though. Fucking Tony's like giving people, or Anthony, sorry, is giving people workout advice while he's got like Dunlap syndrome going on. You know, that's where your belly Dunlapped over your belt. He should have at least done a month of cocaine to get the weight off, and then done the workout tapes. And if he did them well on cocaine, he would have had good energy, and people would have been like, "Wow, man, look at him. He still moves really well and stuff."
Nah,
I gotta try this.
You don't want Bellew to go down the cocaine route. He doesn't shut the fuck up as it is. Imagine loading that into him. He never fucking hear the end of it, man. He'd be grabbing on.
Simple as that.
Hey.
You should find Ben Askren.
It's as
Did you
simple
get this
as
off his
that, mates.
OnlyFans?
He's clearly flexing in that last video, that last picture there. Eh?
Which way are we supposed to be going? Is it right to left or left to right? I'm
No
not sure.
fucking idea.
It's before, after,
it-
back to before.
I can't figure. Yeah, I can't tell. Is he just like modeling different color underwear and saying, "Which do you like?"
Fucking leave him alone, by the way. You want left to be left alone. Tony died. It's Anthony these days, you know.
Yeah.
Okay,
Tony and Bruce are gone, and we are left with Caitlin and Anthony.
Got some good ones this week, then, boys. Any nominations from you, Rob?
No, I had one for Box Rec. I don't know if you saw that one, Steve. I said it to you. They've put up their number one fighter, so I don't know if you can get it on the screen, but if not, don't worry about it. They've put up their number one ranked fighter in the world, and I don't disagree with them. Jessica McCaskill. So that's the box Rec laying down the truth. We all know it. We're just going to have to fall in line with Jessica McCaskill being the future of the sport. So
I'll try and get that one. I'll try and get that one up, so to speak, if I can.
Women's boxing finally getting respect.
Have a bit of women's boxing. Ben, any nominations from you?
Just Sonny Edwards, really, for being a knob off to the fit yesterday. He was beating up his good friend having a go. I think.
Or your Wi-Fi's been iced a bit there, Ben. We've got having a few issues hearing you.
Oh no, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yep.
Yeah, just Sonny Edwards for sort of like saying Lyndon Arthur didn't need to fight Callum Johnson next, and that Callum Johnson should go and fight Anthony Yard first. And I think Lyndon Arthur dodged the question on the show as well. Liam Beefy Smith gave him a bit of grief back, and Sonny was saying, "You're just backing your man," referring to Callum Johnson because they're stablemates. But Sonny was just doing the same thing, backing one of his best friends. So just Sonny being a knob on Twitter again.
As per, bit of intense.
Must admit though, he was killing people. It was like Cameron Gillian or whatever, and that destroyed him, by the way.
Yeah.
So I tell you, but Sonny, if you're listening, I know you follow me on Twitter and that as well, mate. But see, keep that stamina up for methylene, by the way, because you're gonna fucking need it as well.
Bit of methylene. There's Jessica McCaskill. Yeah, she's my number one fighter. Since
Obenov's
other ways
slammer.
disposed, yeah, I was going to say.
Anyone got an update for us in the chat, by the way, on how things are panning out for Obenov? Is she preparing for trial? What way is this going to unfold? I'm definitely going to be watching this on a 6-part Netflix documentary in the future.
It'll be on C-SPAN and Netflix and that. Don't you worry, mate.
100%.
Preparing for Triller, I think, maybe, Rob. Get her on.
Yes, definitely.
It's going to be a thriller. It's going to be a killer.
The Triller in Manila. They're going to do that at some point, aren't they?
They are now, anyway. Hopefully.
We'll see if they're listening. Any nominations for you?
Yes. Jay on Twitter at Gelsco.
Jade can.
GLZCO. He says Deontay Wilder never gets the empathy Ryan Garcia is getting. Not Brunner, not even Errol Spence after his car accident. People joked about his DUI, him being drunk. Not any of those guys. The double standards is crazy, clear as ever. So, but the thing is, I didn't see Ryan Garcia kind of accuse his trainer of like betraying him and being a snake in the fucking grass. I didn't see Garcia get arrested multiple times for assault and sexual battery and fucking winding people up and throwing cash about. And neither did I see Ryan Garcia drive a fucking Ferrari home or attempt to drive a Ferrari home, absolutely pissed out his mind and should have got a fucking taxi. So, Jay, I'm going to put him up for that. Rick Glazer.
By the way, I laughed at Ryan Garcia as well. I was mocking him during the week, so let's make sure it's even across the field.
I'm staying on Ryan Garcia at this point, right? So Rick Glazer, like me, is an Adrian Broner hater, right? So Rick Glazer's like previous tweets have been dug up here, right? Has there been a bigger boxing waste of talent than Adrian Broner? King of self-inflicted issues. He's training again, and when he fights, he won't throw. He'll just pick up another paycheck, and you wonder what's all wrong with BBC, Al Heyman, in boxing, right? He then goes on and says, this guy, Brunner, clearly needs professional help. He's way off, scary off. The guy needs meds badly. Brunner needs to be making demands of 10 million. That's comical. Life will not end well for this guy. He has to listen. So I have to listen to this whack job. Right? Continues. And Adrian Brunner said he's changed, man. Shocker. It looks like he didn't tell the truth. And Showtime and PBC still dealing with Brunner. This smells of total desperation. Whereas yesterday, Rick Glazer then put out this tweet. Let's have sincere compassion and hope Ryan Garcia rebounds from his setback and becomes the great fighter I believe he's very capable of being.
Fucking, you just love it.
I actually mentioned him. I says you're being a dickhead with that one, right? But the next one up for me, this is my front runner, Mike Coppinger. Now, I don't know about you guys, right? But the fucking dig out Leonard Ellerby, the CEO of Floyd Mayweather Promotions, I think he would know a wee bit about the situation, but Coppinger's tweeting out sources. Al Heyman acquired rights to Mayweather Jake Paul and is using the event as leverage to try and obtain a bigger deal from CBS Showtime, with Fox deal set to expire this year. Ellerby's right on the fucking bandwagon and says, hey, you're just making shit up, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? None of this is true. So Coppinger double downs. 1000% true, he responds. To which Ellerby then responds, this is about as true as them fake ass numbers you're running around reporting about last week's pay-per-view. Get the fuck out of here. Then he comes back, Leonard comes back to him. Floyd owns all rights to his fights. Just goes to show how stupid that sounds. By the way, we all work together over here. That's how we get shit done. Have a great evening. So Coppinger got his ass handed to him again. And that's actually off the back end of that shit fest last week as well. So Coppinger for me, Rick Glazer and Jay on Twitter.
It's been a while since we heard from Ellerby, since Broner told him to shut that soft ass shit up. We haven't really heard much from him.
Michael Thompson's asking in the chat, Rick Glazer's an old fight matchmaker. Used to work with Top Rank, I think, back in the day, and he's been involved in boxing for decades. We had him on the show here. I think I got him on the podcast 4 years ago. I think.
It was longer than that, Andy.
Is it longer now? Is it?
Years and years and years ago.
Fuck.
Yeah. Might be 7 or 8 years ago. I've had one come in here. I can't remember who sent it in, but Helena, Fresh Hell, apparently an OnlyFans extraordinaire. I just checked out her OnlyFans and it looks legit from what I can see. She says, I could fix Mr. Bean. Now, OnlyFans or not, I think she might have bitten off a little bit more than she can chew here, but we'll leave her to it, I suppose, with old Bean. Okay. That's Matty.
Bean!
Any nominations from you?
Should have been shake. Fake beans, scared beans,
shake beans, he said.
Runner bean.
Foreskin beans.
Hey, what's with y'all eating beans for breakfast?
There's a man there, Mr. Bean.
We love beans.
Mr. Bean before Matt, you know. Mr. Bean's a comedian.
No, I know, but that was a serious question. What's with y'all eating beans for breakfast?
Because I've Swiftly was like Mr. Bean, that's why.
No.
Bean!
No, that
bean! Would have been, could have been, should have been, never been. Baked bean, creepy bean, beanie, Rumpelstiltskin. We're on to you.
Sorry, Matthew, go ahead.
No, I've always wanted an answer for that. Why I eat beans for dinner time with pork chops and things of that nature. And you guys
are informed.
You're a bit strange, Matthew.
Yeah, no, y'all are the ones that eat beans for breakfast. You're the odd bunch.
Go on then. Any Bellew of the week? Beans of the week, maybe?
No, that the Jake Paul one was the only thing I had.
I've got one more. Marcos Villegas after was it Harrison Drew? I think it was last week. After Harrison Drew, he said, I scored it 115, 113.
Oh, I remember this.
And then there was a draw. He came out as a draw, and he started kicking off on Twitter. How can it be a draw? It's like, what the fuck are you talking? I said to him on Twitter, "What the fuck are you talking about? You just started on No,
I love that shit, man. It's a fucking robbery. I had it 115, 130.
This guy's on TV though, fucking commentating for them as well. That's the worst fucking thing.
It's right. I remember Tommy back in the day. See if Tommy was having a debate about someone who was like in a close fight. You'd always end it with it was a close but clear decision, basically. 16-12. That was his go-to argument. It was close but clear.
And they say we talk shit, Andy.
Well, we do it every week, mate. People pay us to do it, you know.
At least we know.
3 hours of it.
I know, yeah. 3 hours and counting at this rate. Right. Quite a few good ones then, boys. I've enjoyed the Lucas Brown one, Tony Bellew, Christopher Lovejoy, bit of Jake Paul.
I wonder about sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, go on,
Steve. I wonder when Big Daddy Brown lost to Paul Gallen, did whoever make that cake with the bust of his head just get it and smash it on the ground? Fuck that prick anyway. Make that cake for nothing, piece of shit.
Okay, so I am going to go for the £388 debut. I don't know whether it's him or his opponent, Mr. Markheim. I quite enjoyed that one, although it was a little bit sad to watch at the end. But there you go. We have to have a laugh, don't we? If you can't laugh at someone else, Matty, who can you laugh at? Who are you going for, Bellew of the Week this week?
You know, given you guys were such negative bastards this week, I'm going to have to go to the WBC, actually, for providing me joy in their fantastic response to the young kid who just got his driver's license. Congratulations, that kid. Wear your seatbelt. We don't want you going through the windshield or anything.
Yeah, like Errol Spence. Any from you, Andy?
Mike Cobbinger for me, mate. Purely because he's telling like the chief executive officer, like basically one of the guys who runs the show at Mayweather Promotions, that he's fighting Jake Paul 1000%. He's like, dude, you ain't talking shit. So I'm picking up Mike Coppinger.
Oh, Coppinger and the WBC. Ben, who are you going for?
You know what? I'm going to go for Coppinger as well. That's fucked up. He's fucking mad, is Coppinger, isn't he?
Sources.
Sauces, yeah.
Hot sauce. No Alonso Coley this week. Who are you going for, Rob? It looks like it could be Coppinger.
Yeah, I think Coppinger's a pretty good shout, and as well as that, a close second to the guy who impersonated professional boxer 0-1 Conor McGregor. The guy, did you hear about this guy in the States?
No.
He's just some old guy with a beard and his hair in a side part. Looks a bit like him. And he was arrested. He was arrested for selling meth or something, and he had like 1,000. He had 1,000 business cards on him that said McGregor Enterprises. And when the cops questioned him about his name for 4 hours, he said his name was Connor. We got to get his picture up for next week. But yeah, honorable mention to him. But we go for Coppinger this week. Like.
Does he look like Paul Spadafora these days?
Yeah, he's closer to he's closer to fucking Paul Spadafora than Conor McGregor. Put it that way. Yeah.
Congratulations, Coppinger. Yes, if you're not listening, I'm sure Eddie will be listening. He'll be able to text you later on. Evening, Eddie.
Think about that, Eddie. Even Eddie, he was partying with Snoop Dogg last week, probably getting his hole filled in the green room and stuff like that. He's getting Bellew the Week awards this week. He's fighting the Ella Pay. Oh, wait. There's Bentleys. There's Cougs.
And there's Job Centre Bellew in the middle of it. Fucking Sky, mates. When am I going to get back on the zone? It's only $1.99 a month, mate. I can't pay the fucking bills with that.
Botox Eddie, and there he is, Creepy Bean. Lardy Bean.
There's the boys. Congratulations, Coppinger. You are the Bellew of the Week for episode 420. That's all from me. Back to you, Matty.